Hey everybody, this is Tack Comics. I haven't gotten any new hauls lately, but I wanted to show some of these books that I have that are signed by these artists that I went to Comic Cons for. Some of the names I could probably pronounce, other ones I can't. But I just kind of wanted to show how some of these artists will sign your books. So, you know, just in case if there's a book and, you know, you're like me, I have a hard time finding any type of way to see how these artists sign their names on the book. This might help because sometimes, you know, you might get somebody that, you know, will sign their name and it'll be really big and it'd probably take up a lot of the artwork off the book. So I'll just start going. I will pronounce some of the names, and then other ones, you know, if I don't, hey, I'm sorry. But I did get this one when I went to Comic-Con. It's The Walking Dead #1. And it was only exclusive at, that comes in there, the Wizard World Portland Comic Con, and I believe it was the guy in the middle right there that signed this one. My brother was very helpful in this, AJ Surfer, to get this one signed for me, and I believe he only charged like $5. As you can see right there, he signed there. Zoom out real quick. And on this one I got two of them because, hey, get one free per adult, and my wife went with me and got there, and he signed on this one right there, right over Rick's shotgun there. And then everybody's probably familiar with this next artist. It was Adam Hughes. What I like about his is it's simple and it's easy, and so you can see it doesn't take up a lot of the artwork off the book. And then I got another one done by Adam Hughes. That's Sensational Wonder Woman #4. This one is JSA classified, and it's a picture of Power Girl on the front. Zoom out a little bit. There you can see Adam Hughes. And his signature is so easy to find on books, most books. This next one here I got at my comic book store, and the artist was Brad Walker. And he did this one, and I just bought it for like $8. But it's Guardians of the Galaxy #13. See if I can get in there a little better. There we go. Saves me out of the zoom. But my buddy at my comic book store thought I might like this issue, and I was like, oh yeah, dude, I'll take it. Because Guardians of the Galaxy, you know, is pretty hot. Well, it still is. Still a great movie and books to read. This next one is Secret Wars. The guy was selling it for $30. But he has this deal where it's Saturdays and Sundays half off all books. So only paid $15 for this one, and it is signed by the artist, but I'm not sure. I think it's signed by Greg Land, but it's a variant #1. And this guy, I mean, if you were looking to get some of the newer comics or even some of the older ones, I mean, this guy had a huge selection. I mean, half off is really nice on Saturdays and Sundays. This one I had signed by Dennis O'Neil, and it's a special movie Batman #3, and his signature is pretty good, but as you can see, he does take up a lot off the picture of the front. But I mean, he's such a great guy, man. The guy was signing for free, and he was like my brother AJ Surfer was saying, he was donating all of his money to Wounded Warriors. So, you know, I threw a couple bucks in there. I had him sign a bunch of books for me and for my kids, which was pretty cool. He did this Moon Knight, and I made the mistake of getting in yellow, so it didn't come out that good, but he signed right there. And he signed right there. You can't see, the yellow doesn't pop. But I'm like, dude, I know he signed it, so that's all that matters. And I got a second copy, so next time I run into him, maybe I'll get him to do it in a different color, maybe like a black or a red, because that would definitely stand out over the white. Moon Knight #1. Then he signed some of my Spider-Woman comics. Sorry, Spider-Woman comics. God, I'm talking real fast like I drank a lot of coffee, but his signature is right there on the book. You know, this book is pretty banged up too. It's an old book, but you know, I was still, anything I had of his, man, I wanted to get him to sign it. That's number 2043 Spider-Woman, and this one's number 30. He signed this one in red right at the top. It's number 30. And then he signed my Nightwing #1 solo series. This one came out good though. I mean, I I was very happy with this one. He did it in silver. I was really happy to get that one done. This next one I was able to get signed by Randy Emerald and Mike Zeck. It's a G.I. Joe. And you know, Mike Zeck charges, but I mean, dude, he has a beautiful signature, and Randy does not charge, and he's such a great guy. Me and my brother AJ Surfer, we've been able to have pretty good rapport with him. I mean, he pretty much knows us by the Bearded Brothers, but I'm always running into him where I live, and he's always around. So I mean, I said I get a bunch of signatures signed by him for free, and I submitted a couple books just recently that I'll be getting pretty soon. Hopefully next month or so, and I'll definitely show the video for that. Here are some more G.I. Joe I had signed by Randy. And what's cool is, you know, Randy dates everything, which is nice. Some artists don't do that, so he is known to do that. So most places like, well, CBCS, what's cool about them is, you know, if you have a book and you haven't gotten it slabbed yet, like these aren't, and you know, you wanted to, you know, they'll charge you a little fee. But that little fee goes to basically them doing the research and, you know, basically saying that this is that artist's signature. It's not a fake. So that when you do get it slabbed, you know, you get the blue label, I believe it is, instead of the yellow or red. But Randy's signatures are just, they're phenomenal, man. And he's such a great guy, man. He's easy to talk to, and, you know, he loves to talk about artwork and stuff. And, you know, he also teaches a class for, you know, drawing, you know, comic books or just drawing any type of superheroes you like up in Portland, you know, which is pretty cool. You know, so like I said, I've got to talk to him extensively about, you know, how his life is, what he does, you know, when he's not drawing books and stuff. And this guy is constantly busy, but he makes the time to, you know, really sit there and listen to your questions and stuff. And I mean, he doesn't charge for any of his signatures, and you know, he's got some sweet prints too. I got a few of his prints. I just don't have them in a nice baggie or so to, you know, keep them from getting bent and stuff. But he's met my boys many times, and man, he just loves my kids. This one's also done by Mike Zeck, another G.I. Joe, number 52. Mike Zeck's signature is just phenomenal too, man. I love his signature, and he's a nice guy too. He's got a lot of prints that he puts out, and I got a few of his too. Here's another Mike Zeck, G.I. Joe. I mean, look at that, it just pops right there off the cover. And here's a Randy. It's funny, I didn't realize I had two of them, but I have two of them, and I was just like, every time I know he's going to be at a Comic-Con, man, I get too excited and I just grab whatever I can, get him to sign. But see, he dates it, which is sweet. So I have another copy of that. I'll just throw it up there real quick. Same kind of thing, but that one said 2014. This one says 2015. So I got him for 2 years. This one, I was stoked. I just said, hey, sign wherever you want, Randy, and I trust you. You know, they like to hear that too. But he did this one for me, and he popped it right there. I mean, I just... perfect spot, black on yellow, dude. It's nice. Came out really good. This one too, he signed for me, and it's cool. He did it right on the tank, right there. I believe I have that one in here already, but if I did, well, that one's 2015. This one's covered up, so I'm not going to show it, but I'll just pop it up there because, like I did on the last one, I bought another copy. And he signed it right there. Cross Destro, man, 2015. I believe the other one's 2014. Yeah, a lot of these are Randy, and I have a lot more, so I'll probably have to make 2 photos. So I'm just going to keep going. Yeah. And this one was sweet. I got 3 copies of this, but this is the only one where I had Randy sign. You get it right there, dude. Right across Venom's arm, which was just sweet. And then I got this one signed by Randy also, but the other one is Danny Fingeroth. That's how I pronounce it. So 2 SIGs on 1 book, man. I couldn't have been more happy. That guy Danny, he's really cool too. He was allowing, you know, like 5 books free. After that, it's $2, I believe it was $2 or $5 per book for SIG. And he was such a nice guy. He was talking to my boys too when I met him, and what was nice, like Randy, he supports everybody, which I'm not saying all the other artists don't, but Randy was letting me know, like when I brought him this book, he's like, hey, Danny's just right down there, you might want to get him to sign it, so he was letting me know like all the other artists that have drawn on this book also, or did the editing or the inking. He was letting me know where they were, so I wouldn't have to run around this whole Comic-Con trying to find them. But Randy did this one for me, and it's Amazing Spidey. This one came out pretty good. I mean, it's in blue. I should have probably did it in silver, but I kind of like that because then it, it does hide in the back of the book. Or I guess it doesn't in this case. Some of those ones that do hide in the back, I kind of like that because then it doesn't take away from the picture, and it's kind of like a hidden treasure. In a way, you see a signature, you're like, wow. This one here, I was stoked to also get him to sign. It's Amazing Spidey 359, and Randy signed it right there across the bolt of lightning, coming across, which is just sick. Here's another one that Randy did for me. So this should just be titled Randy, which I think I will. It's 378, Amazing Spidey. He signed it right there. I like the fact that he did it there because, like I said, he could have signed across, right here, across Carnage and Venom, which would have been okay. But then I think I wouldn't have went with the blue. I would have went with a different color to make it really stand out and pop. This next one, I believe, was signed by Kevin McGuire. And that guy was cool, too. He didn't charge. I don't believe this was the same Comic-Con. But when I did meet him, this guy was awesome. He was just excited that, I was showing him these books. He was like, wow, that brings back memories, But his signature is really nice too. He doesn't take up a lot of space. And like my brother AJ Surfer does, he'll make like a little pocket window, which those are nice because, sometimes you might get a artist, be a little rough with the book, or if he's not handling the book and he has somebody that's doing that for him, they can get pretty rough too. Here's another Justice League I have signed by Kevin McGuire. And this one here, I asked him if he can sign it right on his belt, and he did. And that came out pretty good. I was pretty excited for that one. And here's another Kevin McGuire. This is Justice League number 3, and he signed it right across signed it right across Batman's cape right there, which was just sick. I don't think that could have been placed any place better. And then he did this one also for me, same artist. It's Justice League number 2. Right there. Which I thought was cool, because it almost looks like Batman's like reaching for his name or something. And then this was the last one I had by Kevin McGuire, I believe. It's Justice League number 1. And he signed it right there for me. And, real quick, the cool thing about Randy, the first time I ever met him, I took him a bunch of books, had him sign some Spideys, and when I started dropping down the G.I. Joes, that just like blew him away. It was like, seeing the expression on his face was like the first time I ever opened up my first comic book and smelled the pages. He was just excited, and he told me, he says, man, I've been doing these Comic-Cons for a while, and I've not yet received, a book of G.I. Joe to be signed. So, he was pretty stoked that I was his first person to bring him a G.I. Joe comic book to have him sign, but he was really happy. And after that, dude, I made sure I kept bringing him more G.I. Joes.